Welcome to Event Radio, covering local drag racing, stock car racing, motorcycles, go-karts. If it's got wheels and you can race it, you'll hear about it here. Event Radio is motorsports radio on steroids. Now, let's join your hosts, Spivvy Williams and Terrible T-Guy.
All right, guys, welcome to the next edition of Event Radio. Boy, I'll tell you what, we are in stock car paradise. We are at the Rim, Highland Rim Speedway, and we actually came down here and did a show that, boy, the quality was so bad, we just couldn't stand it. So we had to come down and sort of relick our calf a little bit.
Well, the show was good, but the weather wasn't.
Yeah, the weather wasn't, and we had so much wind in it and stuff like that. We know you couldn't hear it, and we had too many really, really good guests not to do these guys justice and come back and do it the way it's supposed to be done. So, T-Bone, we're better than that. You know?
That's what I was saying. It wasn't our fault. It was the weather that got us.
Yeah, but we're going to go down and we're going to talk to we may talk to a person or two that we did last time that you couldn't really hear, but this time you're going to be able to hear them up close and personal, and we're going to find out a whole bunch more about them because we got a lot more time and we got better equipment right now.
This is going to be like a Saturday night shootout at its best.
Well, they're having a
racetrack,
75-lap late model race. Miss Kelly Cunningham is just a true sweetheart, and she has invited us back and given us pretty well free run of the place to come down here and do what we need to do. And, man, we're going to have a bunch of fun, and we're going to make you just sick at your stomach that you're not here. You know, that you're not at Highland Rim Speedway.
Well, if you hear it, you'll be coming back the next time.
For sure, because, this track is awesome. The people that run it are even better. And, guys, they put on a show that is second to none. And if you have not made it to Highland Rim Speedway, shame on you, because you're missing out on one super cool place to come watch the races.
They've really got some heavy hitters here, too. If you win here, You got your big boy pants on.
Yeah, if you can win here, you can win anywhere in the country. It doesn't make any difference. But we're gonna get off of here and say hi to a sponsor or two, and we're going to go down and we're going to get one of the unsung professional legends on this show to start things off. We will be right back.
See you.
All right, guys, we said we were going to do this show right, and it can't get no righter than our first guest. When you go... Hey, let me tell you something. When you come to Music City, there is very, very much questionable on who the real king is. If you're on Music Row, they seem to think that's Elvis.
That's what they think. Really.
And if you go to Fairground Speedway, they'll start arguing with you right there because some people say Richard Petty. In our world, the real king is who we have with us on this show, the one and only Mr. James Clymer. Buddy, you've been the king in our book for I don't know how long.
Well, I tell you, I really appreciate that. That means a lot because, I've been racing. I started racing in 1963, Mother's Day. I'll never forget it at Smyrna Raceway. And I've been involved in racing for many, many years. And I love the sports. And if I give it up, I hope it's right here at the Highland Rim Speedway.
Well, I tell you what. Tell us a little about the 55. You've put together the coolest deal. I mean, guys, anybody, if you show up and you find the number 55 on the car, James Clymer's who it is, period. I mean, there are some guys that are known by the number, and our guest is known by the number, but he stepped it up one more step. He's got a 55 Chevy that you actually give some rides in?
Yes, sir. I'm telling you, I really love doing this simply because the younger kids get to ride. And that might be their dream of being a race car driver, which I don't suggest it. Don't get me wrong, but it's a job. I mean a job being a race car driver and in a pit crew. But I put this 55 Chevrolet together here at Highland Rim to ride the kids around, and which I ride the adults, and they get a kick out of it too.
Well, I tell you what, do they play that B.B. King song, "Riding with the King"?
Yes, sir. Let me tell you something. when it's over with the kids, they'll say, "Thank you, Mr. Race Car Driver." Buddy, that means a lot.
Well, I tell you what, they B.B. King made a very popular song called "Riding with the King," and I think that should be your theme song, and they ought to play that every time you come out there.
Well, we're going to check on that, buddy. We're going to check
We'll
on
suggest that. All right, I even got a copy of that. I'll make sure they got it.
I appreciate that. I really
he's
do.
got his King on the grill of his 55 Chevrolet. It's good to be King.
We're here tonight hoping to win this race. I got Jeff Higdon driving me out of Laverne. He's got his brother for a pit crew and his friends. Doing a good job, but we've got a little bit more got to get it fast. And we got a good fast car and a good driver, so why can't we win it? You know,
well, I would think you can with it, and knowing you like I know you, you're probably holding you're holding an ace back.
Yeah,
you always the man. Now I don't care. Every time I've watched it for a lot of years. I'm not even going to tell how old I am, but. There's always that ace in the hole when James Clymer's concerned.
Well, I tell you one thing. When we went to the racetrack, we went for one reason, to win. Everybody else does the same thing. You know what I'm talking about? But we went to win. That's all. That's just the bottom line on it. And what you see on the front of that 55 Chevy, it feels good to be a king. You ain't no better feeling in the world.
Well, you the man. You ought to know. You ought to know. Let me ask you something, James. Out of all the races you've run, and Lord knows you've rewritten record books time after time after time again, is there one particular race that stands out in your mind as being your favorite?
Yes, it is. That 200 lapper in Nashville, Tennessee back in 71. They had a 200 lapper on a quarter mile. And, man, did I have competition. George Bennett, Fluky Buford, Little Joe Mangrum, Billy McRae, Eddie Alsop, you just name them, they was there. And, buddy, that 55 Chevrolet come home with the checkered flag.
There you go. Well, I would never expect it any other way, the whole time. It's cool that you use the 55 for the ride-along car.
Hey, I like that. I'll tell you something else now. You talk about it being a popular car. I'd be going down interstate because I put it on an open-wheel trailer. You have tractor-trailer drivers pull up, blow their horn, give the victory sign, and people blowing the horn, coming by, looking at it. People love this car.
Oh,
and that's one reason I'm dealing with it.
Well, I tell you what, T-Bone, what are you thinking? You think you might take a ride with him? Or what?
If he's got time, I'd like to.
Well, we got 5 ride-arounds tonight.
Do you really?
Yeah. We had one little boy couldn't make it because didn't have the money. And Mr. Jenkins, our sponsor for the 55 car over here, the late model, he put the money up for him. So I think that's a good deal right there.
Yeah. I think it's great. Now, what do you charge to do that?
What it is, you pay $25 to ride, and they put it in a cancer fund. That's a good deal right there. Good
knew there'd be something cool with it. It sure wouldn't be the money for you. You're making.
No, we wouldn't charge nobody a dime to ride in it.
Well, the thing about it, and the thing about my buddy sitting here next to me, he uses his reputation, he uses his stardom, if you will, to do good for a lot of people, and I think that's so cool. And just like the 55, that is such a cool deal.
I tell you what, you got to stand up for yourself and be truthful with people, straight with them, and things will go your way. And if you have a bad day, don't criticize it, because the next day could be worse.
That's right.
Remember that.
That's right. You never know what tomorrow's going to be.
Right,
so
exactly right.
You got to hang in there with today and do it good, and not leave no thing to regret down the road.
We come in here today, and it's the Camaro, and we done picked up left side weight 90. In other words, the left side weight ain't right on the car, and so we got to reschedule it and get back out there and get it weighed before the race starts, because we have to go by their scales. That's the bottom line.
Well, you got to do what you got to do. You got to do what's right. Well,
I think what I do, take one of them heavy wheels off the 55 Chevy and put it in the Camaro to get that extra weight.
Will that work? I know you.
It'll work.
You know all the tricks.
Anything will work if you get by with it.
Yeah, you ain't cheating till you get caught. Is that what you say, Terry? You ain't cheating till you get caught. And it's just, guys, it's just things like that my buddy here, Mr. James Clymer, knows that the rest of these guys are searching for. And it's because you have all the experience that you have. You've done this for so long, and you've won. I don't guess there's a racetrack anywhere in the Southeast that you hadn't won at some time or another.
You got that right. I won a lot of races.
Well, I know you
and I'm
have.
telling you,
I
we
know
got some
you
young drivers here at Highland Rim are really picking up the pace, and that's a future for them. That's a future for them.
Well, and there's nowhere around, guys, to see a better show than right here at Highland Rim.
You know what I call Highland Rim? Under Saturday nights under lights, rock and roll.
You like it, huh?
I
like
love
that too,
Highland Rim.
Yeah, well, buddy, I tell you what, you have got, I guarantee you probably got 1,000 fans sitting over there already in the stands, and it's probably 2 hours away from race time, and they're already gathering here. Do you still go over and do autographs for them and
I
stuff?
go every now and then. I go over and sit with my grandkids. I got 9 grandkids, 4 great grandkids. They all want the 55 Chevrolet when Granddad goes away.
Well,
and I had to.
There'll be a fight in the family over the 55.
What I had to do, I had to draw a coin out of I had got 2 little twins. They are my great grandsons, and the car belongs to them.
There you go.
And they said they'd take care of it. They'd take care of it.
Well, I'm sure they will. I'm sure because that thing may wind up in a museum somewhere.
I hope it
should.
does. I hope it does. Really do.
There's no reason why it shouldn't.
There's no reason why it shouldn't because you sure enough.
It's here, right? It's here for one reason here to ride people around. And Jeff Higdon brought one of his friends in this morning. We rode him around. He was 73 years old. Got out jumping like a young kid. He was happy, man. He was happy to ride.
Have you
Machine,
you probably scared him to death.
Well, no. He was pretty cool about it.
Was he?
Yes, sir. He sure was.
Well, I tell you what, guys, you'd be as safe as in your mama's arms if you was in that car with him because he flat knows how to put one through there, and you're not. He may scare you a little, but trust me, just because you're scared, he's got things well under control.
When I got those kids or anybody riding in it, that's the first thing I think about is safety. I'll kind of let it eat up down the chute a little bit. We get to corners, we're a little bit more caution than we would be if we was racing.
If you was in the other 55.
If I was in the other 55, it'd be a different story.
It'd be a different story. Well, James, thank you for the second time being on Event Radio. We believe this will be a whole lot better than that first one.
Well, I really appreciate you coming down here and interviewing me, and I'm hoping I'm here a long time to go.
Well, buddy, we're sure you will. One thing for sure, guys. You don't get to be the king by not hanging out.
I'm 74 years old. Got a couple little health issues, about a sore shoulder that I wrecked last year. Jerked it out of the socket. They want to go back in there and put something in it to make it work right. Whew, man, I don't know if I want to stand all that pain.
It seems like it hurts more now than it used to, don't it, James?
Yeah, this probably hurts a little more now the older you get.
It does. Hey, especially at night when it cools down. That shoulder eats me up.
Well, I tell you what, guys.
But as long as the sun's shining and breaking sweat, I'm doing all right.
I would say probably being at this racetrack has something to do with it, too. That's probably pretty good medicine.
Exactly. Well, look here. Somebody's fixing to go racing.
They're fixing to go racing, and once you start a race car, we lose our buddy, Mr. James Clymer, because he's got to go to where the action is. James, thank you for being on Event Radio, buddy. We always enjoy seeing you, always enjoy getting to talk to you. And after all, buddy, we can say we've been riding with the king.
Thank you for interviewing me, and I want to say hello to all those Kentucky people that love me, and the ones that didn't love me, I still thank you.
All right, there you go. Guys, we're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back. All right, guys, we're back with you on Event Radio. We couldn't help ourselves. The coolest legend car that we saw here.
Coolest one I've seen anywhere.
Coolest one I've seen anywhere, and it's got one of our old buddies on there for a little sponsorship. The guys at Tennessee Speed, we've done some shows with them. Tell us who we got.
Well, my name is David Moyes III, and I'm from right here in Greenbrier, Tennessee. In 2005, I started racing Legends with my dad, and we wanted something that would stick out, so we chose a police car theme.
So are you a deputy or are you not?
I am not. My sister is a police officer,
okay,
but I am not.
Well, I mean, you do have the red light, and I presume it does work.
It does.
Isn't that cool?
When I win.
Do you pull them over?
No.
Well, see, Terry and I came down here, and we're sort of used to getting pulled over by the police.
Yep,
so
me
we
too.
thought, man, we had to stop and see you, you know. How long you been racing Legends, man?
2005 is when I started.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Having fun, huh?
Had a lot of fun. I'm 30, almost 31, and I'm married. I'd like to have a family, so I'm trying to slow down and get some honeydew stuff done at home on the weekends.
So you've only got a stacker with 2 Legends in it. So what are you going to do? Go to a smaller trailer with 1? Is that what slowing down is?
Well, we're selling one of the cars.
Okay.
The one I'm driving right now we're actually selling. But now we used to travel. We've done almost 60 races a year for 3 years in a row, just traveling all around the country. And
That's fun.
yeah, that's why we have this rig. But no, we definitely don't need it now.
You don't need it. Well, I tell you what, no, man, it's cool looking, no doubt about it. I mean, and functional.
Yes.
You actually pull a car in and it hydraulics up to the top.
Absolutely.
And you get to play around. I guess you could hold a party in the bottom with the cars up there, huh?
You can.
Oh, that's cool. That's
Yeah.
cool. Ever think about doing it a little bigger scale than the Legends?
I'm sorry?
Did you ever think about wanting to run like a late model or something like that? Or
Yeah, well, I got in when I was 21, so I knew I wasn't going to make anything of myself. If I was as talented as I am right now at age 15, we would have done some serious
that,
stuff.
huh? Yeah. We did a show earlier with and it was sort of fun. We did the quarter midgets. I don't know if
Yes.
you've ever seen those, but
Well, I'm in the company I work for is KSE Racing Products, and we make power steering for sprint cars and.
oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Well, we had we actually did a whole show with Sean Parker and Deborah Renshaw and their little boy, and to have them for a crew chief sure wouldn't hurt.
No, not at all.
But it was pretty much fun. We had a good time. The Legends, though, these things are just about as quick as a late model.
They are pretty fast. We're not far off at this track. As far
But
as
how
times.
close is it? It's qualifying times.
We usually qualify at a 14.0. I'm not sure what the late models. They may be in the mid 13s, I guess.
Yeah, so you're talking less than a half a second between
Right.
the two, and the thing about it, some of those they got to knock them apart and work on them, and all you guys do is go drink tea in the trailer with the motorcycle motors.
That's right.
Yeah, I wonder who the smartest one is, guys. I just wonder.
These cars don't take much work as far as race cars go. They're very cheap as far as how competitive they are, and very little maintenance.
Well, buddy, we won't keep you because they came through here yelling qualify, qualify, qualify,
Well, I
and we
appreciate
know
it.
you have to do that.
Well,
But
you
we
made
want
him wolf down his hamburger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I was hoping he'd say, "Here, you hold it for me," and I was going to woof it
I
down.
told him
But
that, but he didn't hear me.
They got them up there.
yeah, we
They got
might
'em on.
find one, buddy. We might find one. But we want to thank you for taking a minute to be on Event Radio. The car is so cool, and we're going to take some pictures of it, and we're going to flip it behind us.
Okay.
Any sponsors you need to thank?
Yes.
Because this little show goes a long way.
Well, Tennessee Speed Sport is my main sponsor, and we've known Donnie Etherly I worked there when I was in high school.
so
Great
you
people.
put up with Joe Lowry a
Yes.
lot, huh?
Oh, Joe's a great guy. I worked for him for a year and a half.
Yeah, Joe and I. Matter of fact, I went with Joe Lowry to the very first rod run in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, back that
Yep.
many years ago.
I was
And-
in Gatlinburg last weekend.
Were you?
Yeah.
Okay. But great people over there. Donnie, I know Donnie
Yes.
well, and the whole bunch. And cool place.
It
Cool
is.
place.
It is.
Who else you need to thank?
My father, if it wasn't for him, I don't work on this car very much at all. He does all the work and all the funding. I just show
Well,
up
the
and
jockey
drive.
don't walk the horse, does he?
No.
There you
That's right.
go.
I just show up and race.
That's it, buddy. See, you got the jockey doesn't walk the horse.
That's
You're not
right.
supposed to do the work.
No,
Dave?
I'd like to thank Highland Rim for having us. That really,
Hey, it's a cool racetrack, isn't it?
I love this track.
And they put on a great show.
They do.
It's a wonderful place. Well, I tell you what, Dave, we'll have to get you to light the red lights and
Well-
show them the way to the front, you know?
If I don't win, it'll be the first time in like 3 years that I haven't won at this track.
Wow.
But that's not. It's not to say there isn't any competition. I think tonight I'm going to get beat.
Nah, I doubt it. I don't think you will.
I think I will because
Our golf cart's not that fast, buddy.
You're right. You're right.
You know, we're not that fast, and we'll lay back for you. You know, we'll be okay. We'll
Who's
deal
your
with
main
it.
competition tonight, James?
The 38 car, Chad Davis.
Oh, okay.
We've been going the same speeds around this track for the last 2 years, and I have a lot more experience, so I can mainly lap traffic is what helps me most.
Yeah,
because I
yeah.
can get through it faster than he can.
Well, he's a nice young man.
He
We've
is.
had him on this show, and he's a
I've-
nice guy.
I've tried to teach him a lot.
Well, you've done pretty good. You maybe the professor taught too good a lesson. You think?
It gets boring if you don't have somebody to race with.
There you go. Well, we figure we're going to sit back and get this show
All right.
done, and we're going to sit back and watch you.
All right.
All
Well,
right. Deputy Dave, and we didn't even get arrested, guys. We did really good. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we will be right back.
Thank you.
All right, guys, we are back, and we've got the First Lady of Highland Rim Speedway with us, and we have had this pleasure of having this good-looking woman with us before, and we sort of botched the deal up, and we ain't doing that again. Miss Kelly Cunningham, madam, how in the world are you?
I am doing great, Mr. Spivey. How are you doing?
If I was any better, I'd be twins.
That could be dangerous, right, Miss Susie?
You couldn't stand two of me. There's no way. I tell you what, we felt so bad with the last show we did. We had not only new equipment, but we had wind. We had all we lacked was a tornado, and this place, guys, is too nice a joint. The people are too nice to you for us not to come and do it right.
Well, I tell you what, we appreciate Event Radio coming out here so much. You've come on a fabulous night. We've got the Rock'em Sock'em Super Stocks hitting the track this weekend. But
how do you say that? Rock'em Sock'em Super Stocks.
Rock'em Sock'em Super Stocks. That's right.
No wonder you talk to people on the radio. That's normal. I tell you what, we have already met some of the guys, and of course we've had the King on here already. We have to start with the King.
I'm surprised I'm getting airtime if he's done been on here.
Well, he told us that there would be no autographs. There would just be being able to talk to him.
We quit letting him charge for those. That's
did
why
you?
He don't. Yeah. That's what
okay,
it is.
but it's pretty cool. We found out about the ride along deal and the money going to cancer, and only in a place like this, guys, do they have tons of fun, but they don't forget people either. And this is where you need to come and go to the races, where you support people that do the great stuff these guys do.
I tell you what, our racers, anytime something goes down, I've never seen a group of people pull together the way the racers and crews of Highland Rim Speedway do.
That's right. Well, gal, it's a deal that racers stick with racers anyway. It's always been that way, and it's such a cool deal. I know
nobody else hang with us, Bill.
Yeah, everybody else wants to get away from us, don't you, T-Bone?
You got to hang with a racer.
That's right.
Yeah, they all want us to run off. Say 75-lap late model race.
Super stock. 75-lap super stock shootout. Midwest Metals out of Nashville is sponsoring this race. Great group of people. They came on as a sponsor this year, and they've just been amazing and put this race together with us. So
you've got a bunch of sponsors at this place, and you got room for 2 or 3 more.
We do.
And hopefully we can help you get that other 2 or 3.
Hey, I'll take them.
We spread out just a little bit, you
Yeah.
know. But tell me all of them. Who are all of them?
All of our sponsors?
Yeah, tell me all of them.
All right. Well, our division sponsors for the Super Stocks are Midwest Metals out of Nashville.
Okay.
Our Pure Stock is Pull Apart.
Okay, I know what that is.
Out of Nashville. Our Sportsman is Crown Jewelers out of, I believe, Springfield.
Cool.
Here in the Robertson County area. And then we have several smaller sponsors. The Batter's Box, Centurion Stone, AR Bodies.
Boy, the hits just keep on coming, don't they?
I'm telling you, we have quite a few.
Well, when they find out, we have found in our little stint of about 60 years of doing this, that people, once they find a hit, they want to join in,
Right.
and that's why this place has so many sponsors, because you guys are a hit. I mean, this place
Aw.
this place is cool. Now, there ain't, we just went in the bathroom. You got tile bathrooms in the pit area for the racers to go to the potty.
Hey, that's right. Now, look, as a woman, 4 years ago, I would go to a tree before I went to the bathroom on this property.
My wife's same way,
Get behind it.
Hey, I am not lying. And that was my one thing. Y'all got to do something about when they bought it, we got to do something about the bathrooms. Of course, we redid everything.
Well,
on the
of course,
property,
but that, you usually find the public bathrooms pretty cool, But when you go in where the racers go,
Yeah.
and they're tiled, and I mean all the walls, everything, just nice as it can be.
Yeah.
Freaked me out. I got in there and forgot I had to go to the bathroom.
Forgot where you were.
Forgot
huh?
what I was doing. I thought I was in the concession stand. I said, "Well, where's the window?" No, it's a really, really neat place, and you guys do such a good job with the people. If you're in a bad mood, by the time you get through the gates and talking to these folks, you're going to feel good.
Well,
Make you feel right at home.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
what we try to do. That's what we try to do.
You don't just try there, dear. You get her done, I thought I was going to meet Larry the Cable Guy or something. Because, you boys get her done now. the people, everybody here's nice. I don't care if it's from the front gate to the concession stand to the ladies taking the tickets to wherever you go. They're nice to you, and they appreciate you coming here.
Hey, we do. Without our drivers and our crews and our fans, all we are is a piece of asphalt. So we love them because they make this place what it is. It ain't us.
Yeah, I tell you what, guys, there's a lot of racetracks in this world, and there's a whole lot of them that don't think anything about like these people think. So if you have a choice, there should be no choice.
That's right.
You should just fire right on in here and have a big time. There's a lot of pretty girls down here. Of course, you're a girl, you wouldn't notice that, but T and I noticed that sort of thing.
That's okay. That's all right. There is a bunch of them.
And we've been writing down. See, guys, you need to meet Miss Kelly when you come in, because we've been writing down things to ask her so we can keep her here long enough, because she improves our image so much sitting in this golf cart.
I think they're trying to trick me on something.
Nah.
Get me hemmed up. No, I'm just kidding. Shoot, I'll take whatever you got.
Well, listen, lady, we appreciate so much you giving us the opportunity to come back down here and sort of relick our calf. Because this one we want you to be proud of. The other show, honestly, it made us sick at our stomach. And because it was so bad, and we just don't do that. There are 50 shows on our archive page, and if you'll notice, the other Highland Rim show is not on there because we were too embarrassed to put it on there. But I guarantee you, this one will be on there.
All right, I cannot wait to have a listen.
Well, we promise you we're going to make you as proud of this one as you were ashamed of the other one, and we've already got to meet some of the guys. We're going to go meet a couple of more of them.
Awesome.
By Miss Kelly being so nice to us, it's amazing. They just opened the doors to us and said, "Here, boys, make yourself at home. Do what you need to do." And we couldn't ask for anybody to be any better.
Well, I tell you what, I threatened the drivers before y'all got
here. Did you?
Oh yeah. I'm like, now look, boys, y'all better put on a heck of a show and be good to my people now.
All right. Well, now Clymer was really nice to us.
I had to break.
Did
his
you talk
arm.
to him?
Yeah, I had to twist his arm behind his back every now and
okay. Because
again.
boy, he was just so nice. It was I said, man, is this the king talking to us this way? I told him, I said, when you get to Tennessee, things about the king get questionable.
Yeah.
Because you go on Music Row, they think you talk about Elvis.
That's right.
Now, if you go to Fairground Speedway, it's a toss-up, whether they're talking about Richard Petty or they're talking about James Clymer. But once you come to Highland Rim, there is absolutely no question.
Oh, no. At the High Banks, there's only one
We have
king.
a request, and we'll send it to you if you don't have it.
Okay.
But there's a B.B. King song called Riding with the King.
Yeah.
And we won't play that next time he cruises at 55.
Hey, we will make it happen. We will definitely make it happen.
Because he said if we'd make that happen, he'd try to sing it.
Oh. He's trying to get a record deal out of
Yeah,
y'all.
well,
hey, you got to watch him. He's a slick snake now.
Yeah, but he is. I mean, he's a record. He's used to them records.
You got to watch him. Call it trouble.
Anything coming up within the next couple of months that we need to promote for you?
I tell you what, we've got Morgan on the Rim coming up. It will be a 75-lap sportsman race,
okay,
a 125-lap late model race, and I tell you what, we've got several big races coming up, about 2 a month. Next week we've got a 40-lap sportsman. There's my daddy laughing at me. See him? He threw me off my game. Anyway, but several's on our schedule. You can go to the HighlandRimSpeedway.com and pull up our schedule. And if you have any questions, of course, they can message me on Facebook.
That's right, guys. You can go to Highland Rim Speedway on Facebook and check it out. And Miss Kelly's the one that even talks to you there.
I am. That is me.
We try to tie up the computer lines where we can talk to her all the time.
Look, you can catch me at any spot on this track, whether the computer, the pit grandstand, the front ticket booth.
Hey,
I'll flip a hamburger if I need to.
When you're good, that's what happens.
It's called free labor.
Oh, no, free labor. Okay. All right. Miss Kelly Cunningham, the absolute sweetheart of Highland Rim Speedway and the First Lady of Highland Rim. She actually, guys, will even talk to you all on the PA system while things are going on. And believe me, it couldn't be a dull moment with this little lady around because she does such a fabulous job.
You are so precious. Thank you so much. You're making me blush.
Well, I sort of blush at myself. But, whatever. We've been out in the sun all day. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay. Miss Kelly, as much as we hate to, we're going to let you go, and we're
All
going to
right.
talk to a couple of your racers around and see what they think of you, because we're going to make them tell the truth, and I think you're going to like what they're going to say.
Well, can I approve the radio?
The what?
Can
The
I
what?
approve the interviews before they air?
Nah.
All right.
We have enough confidence in this place, honest to goodness, that you won't have to approve them.
Okay.
No, really, because we talk to a lot of people, and Terry and I go to a lot of racetracks everywhere, and Highland Rim is one of the very few that there's no negative.
We try to keep it that way.
Well,
Truly
honest,
do.
there are some of them, they say, well, I don't like this, and I don't like that, and I don't. You don't hear that out of this place.
Yeah.
You don't hear that, and that means you guys are doing more than your job, and you can't ask for any more than that.
Well, thank you very much. Roger and Jerry, they give it their all. I'm
Yeah.
telling you.
Hey, you can't get a ship to port without a good captain.
That's
and you
correct.
are the captain, my dear. So, Miss Kelly Cunningham, thank you so much for being on Event Radio. We're going to stab and steer, go through here like we know what we're doing, and we will be right back.
Thank you, Kelly.
All right, guys, we are back, and we're back with a gentleman that we have actually had on this show once before, and we totally screwed it up every way but Sunday, and he was so good, and we were so bad, we just couldn't help ourselves. We had to come back and make things right with our buddy, Mr. Chad Davis. How are you, Chad?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Well, you've been a busy young man here. You're doing double duty with a legend car and a late model.
Yeah, today, we've done it a few times. This is third or second time. I can't remember, but today, a hot day like today, it's rough.
Well, hey, if it was easy, anybody could do it.
That's true. I mean, you got to work hard. I mean, if I want to make it up in the big leagues, I want to do it working hard, not I want it easy.
Well, we expect to see you do what Kurt Busch did. We expect you to win the Indy 500 and then get on an airplane and fly to Charlotte and then win the World 600.
Don't put no pressure on it.
Hey, if you're good, you're good.
Hey, if I make it there, I'll try it. I'll try it.
Well, we know you will. We know you'll do good because, hey, you're one of the heavy hitters down here, buddy. I mean, you're probably one of the least favorite guys that they see come in the pit area in this joint. The rest of them, they say, "Oh, buddy, how are you?" They say, "Oh, Lord, here he comes."
Yeah, I try to be nice to everybody, but competition's good. And, I try to be.
Well, you're nice back here, but you're not real nice out there.
No, I'm nice out there. I pass them clean and stuff, but
I didn't say that.
Oh no, I try to beat them. Yeah, it's competitive.
That's what you're here for, buddy.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, the checkered flag is all that's important, right?
Oh, that's right.
Well,
be
buddy,
there first.
I can see we've picked up a sponsor since it's here, and since Terry and I are such big eaters, Farm Rich mozzarella sticks.
Oh yeah, Farm Rich. Well, yeah, actually, Farm Rich. We've got 3, and Farm Rich came on this year. And it's actually just not just the mozzarella sticks. It's Farm Rich, their company. And, I mean, if you go in any grocery store, anything over in the frozen foods section, they have all their appetizer foods. And, I love them. So, put them on the car. Why not?
Hey, buddy, I'm telling you. And the thing about it, you always got something to eat on the way home. Look at here. We got coupons. Hey, all right.
Yeah, Mom just walked over here with the
hey,
coupons.
Moms always take care of you, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I tell you what, guys, we have saved $1 on Farm Rich deals, and if you will send us an email at eventradio1@aol.com, we're going to actually let Chad autograph the back of these, so that they can see you're doing your job out here.
There we go.
And we're going to give them away on the radio. So I presume that they are in California. They are everywhere. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
So is this show. So
that's true.
They're going to get a chance, but we're going to let you save $1 on any Farm Rich snack, or you could just keep the coupon and keep Chad's autograph. Either way you want it, it doesn't matter.
I'd rather have the autograph.
There we go. That's
yeah, we're gonna buy this anyway. But anyway, the Griffin Technology. What's that?
Griffin Technologies, we got them about 2 years ago, and they actually came to us, and it was a great deal. But Griffin Technologies is a company that has phone cases, all the phones out there, They make very strong phone cases. They have all sorts of phone accessories.
Will they live through T&I? Because we tear up cell phones big time.
Oh, no, I mean, it's hard to tear up a cell phone with their cases on it.
Really?
Oh, yeah. And then we actually doing this late model deal this year, Wayne White actually came to us and wanted me to race their car when he's not in it for the big races, and so that's what we're doing.
Uh-huh.
And he had to sponsor Cumberland International. Well, lucky for me, Cumberland International stayed with us.
Well, what are they now? What do they do?
Cumberland International, from any type of equipment you can think of, like farming equipment or construction equipment, they have it all. It's a huge corporation. We've gotten really lucky. We've gotten really lucky for getting big international sponsors. We're super lucky, and it's a blessing. We're blessed.
Well, no, they're blessed. They're blessed because you're going to put them out in the front, and they're going to keep their name in front of a bunch of people. And where else could they find two guys that are got an internet show that goes all over the world that picks you out to talk to and gets to expose their product?
That's true. That's
you know, guys, you're actually lucky to be on the ride with this man. You know, because he's a media champ now. I'm telling you. Not just us, but we've seen him interviewed everywhere. So you're getting a lot of exposure here.
And the guy,
tell me,
what was he, Deputy Dave? He said you was the man to beat tonight.
Yes, sir, Deputy Dave. We went down
and probably
where
get him tonight. Really,
we went down to the guy that's got the red light. You know.
Oh yeah, I know.
And he said you're the guy to beat here.
You know what? I don't know. Not after that qualifying run. I think me and Dave, man, we've had a really good friendly competition between each other. But after this late model, getting in and out of it, I think I went out there and overdrove it in qualifying, but I'll have to get back used to it, and hopefully me and him can go out and duel it out today.
Which one you like better, Chad?
Which one do I like?
Which car? Sure.
All right, that's a hard question.
It's sort of like having a good-looking blonde and a good-looking brunette. You got to pick between one of the two.
You know what? That's a hard question, too.
Everybody can be that hard question.
You know what? I've raced the Legend cars for about 4 years, and I think I know them pretty well, and they feel super fast. Because of their short wheelbase and their power that they have.
Yeah.
Now, this late model, I've gotten it, and it also feels very fast. And you can, this thing will stick through the corners. It's insane. But if I had to choose right now, I think I'd choose the Legend car I like. But I'm growing. The late model's growing on me very fast.
Well, I guess it's like having a dancing partner that you're used to, or going on Dancing with the Stars with a brand new date. You know, you got to get used to it. You can be a good dancer, but you all got to mesh together.
That's very true.
And the Legend cars, they're almost as fast as each other. You know, they qualify what? Half a second?
the late model and the Legend.
Yeah.
You know what? It's surprising. The Legend car. Last time we raced, me and the police car Dave, we ran 13.9s around this track. In the race, and now on the race, during the race, I mean, qualifying's a little quicker on the late models, but during the race in the late models, they're hitting 13.5s and 13.6s. So,
well, I just watched one qualify at 13.6.
Oh yeah, I mean,
you know,
they're not that much slow.
No, and here you're going to spend 3 weeks working on it.
Yeah.
And the Legend car, you're going to go back and have a glass of tea or eat some of these farm-rich snacks. You know, that's what you got to do.
Yeah. Yep.
The Survivor, though, that is the phone cases. Is that correct?
Survivor, yes. Survivor is part of the Griffin Technologies, and Survivor is their main phone case. That's the toughest one. I mean, if you go on YouTube, anybody out there listening, if you go on YouTube and you want to look up Survivor phone cases, go look them up because they do crazy tests, and it's fun to watch what they do with these phones.
Well, it's a wonder they don't put one behind your car and let you drag it around, have you done that?
It is funny you say that. No, we haven't, but we've talked about going to an empty parking lot somewhere and just tying it on and doing like a great little commercial to put on YouTube. So that could be happening sometime in the future, not too long.
Well, that's cool. I think that's neat, buddy.
Yeah.
And it's you're working old Dad to death here on two cars. You know?
I mean, yeah, I'm looking at him right now. He's poor guy. I try to do as much work as I can. I don't like him working. I don't like anybody really working on my race cars. Not that I don't like people touching them. I like to do the work on my own cars, and I don't want people to have to do the work for me because then I feel like I'm needy. But he told me today, he's like, you're doing a double, and I don't want you running around too much. I don't want you getting tired. So he's trying to do the best he can.
Really, that's smart because, guys, let me tell you something. We're talking 13.6s or so or 13.9s on this track. but you don't realize how fast that really is. And young man, you got to have all your capabilities together. Yeah, you got to be on your game.
Yeah, and today we came here today and we just said, look, we got to be patient. We got to just all be in a good mood together because I mean it gets stressful when you're running two cars and you're slower in one, you're quicker in the other, and you're trying to figure them out. But today we're just trying to be patient, trying to have a good time, and get out there and be quick with these guys.
Well, I tell you what, there is no question. When the checkered flag falls, you will be up there close to it. I don't know if you'll get it in your hand, but you'll be in the hunt. I promise you that.
I sure hope in one of these two I'll get it in my hand today, but you never know.
You better count on one in each hand.
Yeah,
yeah.
I wish, man.
Well, I'm telling you now, the boys got talent, guys. Anybody you need to thank sponsor-wise or anything? I think we've covered them, but
you know what? We have covered the sponsors, but I'd like to give a special thanks to my mom and dad and my brother for all the help they do and the support that they stand by me with. I'd also like to thank Ken and Julie Joyce for all the help that they've given me in this legend car and helping me build myself up as a race car driver. And Bill and Billy Stanton, they're over here working on their car, but they've helped us a ton. And last but definitely not least, I'd like to thank my Lord and Savior for just giving me the talent and blessing us to be able to do this. We couldn't do any of this if it wasn't for him.
Well, you know what I see old Dad putting a badge of courage.
He is putting on y'all's sticker on the car right now. And
the badge of courage. Now, let me tell you what about the badge of courage.
Okay. No, it's already. Hang on now. It's already on the legend car.
I know. You have to be on this show to get one.
Yeah. Okay.
So far, the people that have those wind up in the front. We went to a little gal at a drag race. Okay.
Yeah.
She didn't know us from Adam.
Uh-huh.
We interviewed her. We gave her a sticker to put on her dragster. That day, she won $5,000.
Okay, well,
wait a minute. No.
Stickers.
The next weekend, she won $20,000.
Oh, okay.
The weekend after that, she won $16,000.
Okay, well, she's making bank. Where are they racing at? I might need to get into some drag racing.
Her name is Mia Tedesco, and she actually is a drag racer.
Okay.
But she likes our decals. Now,
I like them too.
Yeah. Well,
I like them a lot more now.
Yeah, that's right. Well, they're very, very used to being in the winner's circle, so we expect to see that in the picture.
All right, I'll try to put them there. I'll try my best.
You will, my friend. You will. No doubt about it, guys. One of the coolest guys, the young guns of the sport of round track racing, Mr. Chad Davis. It is always our pleasure to get to talk to him. And like I say, if you're ever at a race that you see him, come over, say hi, get an autograph.
Oh, yeah, please.
Nice young man. And if you want to introduce your kids to a guy that they should be following as a role model, he's it. There's no question about it.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. I like talking on y'all's show. Y'all are fun to talk with.
Well, we have a lot of fun,
You make us sound good, Chad.
Yeah, you make us look good. Guys, we're going to stab and steer, get out of here, and go talk to a couple of more people before we head north on I-65. But we probably won't do a bit better than we just did, but we're going to see. We'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, we are back, and we got one of the young guns with us, Mr. Evan Birch. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing real good. How are you?
I'm good. Where are you from, buddy?
Whitesville, Kentucky.
Oh, that's Owensboro. We know about Owensboro.
Yeah.
You ever been to Maloney's? The Maloney's Rock-A-Bar or whatever it is, they have. They used to do a radio show. Billy Egler used to do a radio show over there.
I've never been there.
You had never been there? Well, we might have to get you there. You know, they're doing the radio show now from Moonlight Barbecue, so you might want to go there and see him. But he's a cool guy.
Yeah, we've thought about going there before.
Have you? Okay. How long you been racing, buddy?
This will be my third year.
Third year?
Yep.
Cool. Winning a bunch, I take it.
We got one win this year.
All right. That's great.
1 out of 2 here. So
1 out of 2.
Bad.
There ain't nothing wrong with that. That's very respectable. You like racing here at Highland Rim?
Oh, yeah, it's fun.
It's neat, isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't it a cool track?
Got a lot of cars, too.
And the people are nice, right?
Yes, everybody is.
Well, now, from what we understand, a little bird told us that you got a good shot of winning this thing tonight.
Well, I hope so.
You think so? What does it pay to win this? The 75 lap?
$500 to win. If you're leading at lap 55, you get an extra $200.
Really?
And there's a challenge, they said, at lap 55, and if you accept there, you get $250 more.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Well, now
they said if you're fast qualifier, you can win up to $1,050 total.
Cool.
Yeah.
Hey, there ain't nothing wrong with that, bud.
Nope.
Well, you'll be right in there. I mean, we expect that going. You got any sponsors you need to thank? I noticed you got a bunch of them on the car.
Oh, yeah. Mid-South Equipment, A&G Garden Center, Higdon Trucking, Jones Engine Machine Shop. And
You got a bunch of them, huh?
Yeah, and last week we got one for CRA race. We got some Ron Staples. We got a set of tires. So
cool.
Yeah.
Well, they know how to pick the winners. That's all right. They know the guys to follow around. Now. Does this dad over here?
No, that's my dad's friend, John Payne.
Oh, that's John. Okay,
Yeah.
So you working him, huh? Making him work. Yeah, that'd be all right.
He likes it, I think.
He likes it. Okay, cool. Well, listen, my friend, we won't keep you because we know how busy you're going to get here in real quick in a few minutes.
Yeah.
But we want to thank you for being on Event Radio. And,
Thank you for having me on here.
Hey, buddy, we wanted to have you on here because you're one of the young guns that's a showing up bad guy when it comes into that car. And we appreciate you being on Event Radio. We will be right back, guys. All right, guys, we're right in the middle of Highland Rim Speedway. And these guys are getting ready for this 75-lap deal, and we've got one of the heavy hitters with us. Tell everybody who you are.
My name's Terry Jackson. I drive the 21 Willie's Pump Service Super Street car.
And you're one of the favorites of this deal. According to Miss Kelly, you're one of the favorites to win this deal. Is that a fair statement?
Well, I'm struggling right now. I got the car on jack stands. We got a rear end messing up on us.
Well, just fix it. Ain't no big deal. Just fix it, How long you been doing this, man?
I've been racing up here at Highland Rim for roughly around 5-6 years or so. This is my first year in Super Street.
You like it, though, huh?
I love it. It's a great place to come, have some fun.
Well, and the people are so nice. We find that Terry and I go to racetracks everywhere. We go all over the country to racetracks. And the people here are so doggone nice to you, it's unreal, You don't run into that a lot of places.
No, you can't beat good, respectful drivers out here.
Well, and the people that run the show, too.
Oh, yeah, they're nice. They're great. I think they're supposed to have us some watermelons out here today.
Watermelon? Did we come on? We came on Watermelon Day?
Watermelon Day.
Oh, buddy, how lucky can you get? We're here on Watermelon Day. I think that's cool.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for a big old slice of it.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, we may follow you around. Because if you get one, we got to be close by. You never know. What did you run before the 21 car?
I ran a pure stock.
Big adjustment when you got into that car?
Oh, yeah, there's so many different ways to tune on these things. It's just, you can throw wrenches at it all day long. You might hit it, you might miss.
And the setup is crucial, right?
It is way crucial. I've been struggling all year. It's my first year running the Super Street, so I'm still learning.
Well, I mean, you keep chasing it, you're going to find it. You know what I mean? That's just part of the deal. You're going to find it.
Yeah, usually after about 5, 6, 7 races or so, it seems to be I usually get back in the groove of things.
Well, that's when they start paying out the big cash, so you're all right. Then, by the time you take that much time and get everything sorted out, and then you go say, hey, bring me the big check,
It takes a little more of the checks than it does what you get back.
Well, yeah, that's race cars, buddy. Race cars will make you moderately wealthy if you're a millionaire to start with. I mean, that's just the way they are, But there's nothing any cooler than them, as far as sports go. This is it.
It's it for me. If I ain't even been to bed yet.
Really?
I've been working on this thing since, last race I raced was Nashville. Every day I've been tinkering on this thing, trying to get the handling down.
Well, what's old saying? You got to kiss a lot of frogs before you find a prince. Is that it?
My lips are chapped.
Yeah, okay. All right. That's cool deal. Well, my friend, thank you so much for being on Event Radio. We really appreciate you taking the time to be on this little radio show, and we want to wish you the best of luck. We hope you win the deal, and if you see two guys following you real close, we're after the watermelon.
All right.
All right. Thank you for being with us, buddy. We'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, we have met up with, I guess you're the true young gun of the bunch, aren't you?
Yeah.
Tell us who you are.
My name is Preston Boris. I'm from Hendersonville, Tennessee.
You're down there where all the the neat stuff is, where the lake is and all that cool stuff.
Yep.
How old are you, buddy?
I'm 16.
And you're driving a late model stock car.
Yep, this first season as a rookie. Last year we were running the Pro Mod trucks, and we decided it's time to move up.
Well, now, I know you got one of the GoPro cameras in there.
Yep.
How do you use that?
We just we've tried a couple different camera angles and stuff, but mostly what you see right there, it's just facing out the hood, and you'll get the view of the race.
You get the view of the race, but you get to see where you're at on the track as far as putting it in the corner and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
So there's actually some technical stuff that goes with that too, other than just looking cool, right?
Yeah. It's definitely get back to the house and load it up, and you can see what the car was doing in the corner and what different sounds it was making and stuff. So it's pretty neat.
It makes it a lot easier to tune it with, I would think,
Yeah.
So let me ask you something. What did you run before you got into this?
The Pro Mods.
All right, I'm not familiar with them. Tell me what a Pro Mod is.
It's like the little trucks. They're 4-cylinder.
Okay.
Pretty neat. 2.3 liter or 2.0, whatever one you run.
How big of a transition was that for you the first time you hit the throttle on the late model compared to the truck?
It wasn't really too bad as everybody hyped it up to be. I use a lot of iRacing to prepare myself for the transition during the winter time, so that's what really prepared me for it.
So you do a lot of computer stuff.
Oh yeah, I'm on it every night of the week if I can.
So you actually run 1 million races a week to be able to come out and run the real one on Saturday night.
Oh yeah, I'd like to.
Okay, all right. How much do you think that helps you?
It definitely helps you a ton. Just the tracks, the way you got to learn them, the line, where to get off the throttle and get back on, throttle control. iRacing does some pretty neat stuff to where you can really get a good feel for the car and what it'll do.
Well, I tell you what you need to do, buddy. You need to who makes that program, you know?
I'm not sure who exactly makes it.
Well, when you get home, you look on the box, okay? Then we'll give you a card, and you can tell them how nice you talked about them, because this little radio station goes everywhere in the world.
Yep.
So maybe you might pick up a little sponsorship. You're talking about how realistic it is and everything else. There's a lot of young people out there that might want to tune into that thing or get that program to help their racing effort, and you might be the one to open it up to the world, you think?
Oh, yeah, and I think they actually sponsored someone this weekend, Josh Wise, for the Dover race and Sprint Cup. So,
yeah, but see, those guys, they're going to put it in front of a lot of people, but they're probably not a user, an end user.
Yeah.
And you're an end user because you sit behind the desk knowing exactly what it'll do. They got the decal on there and getting paid the big buck.
Right.
But you can actually say this is good or this is bad because you do it.
Yep.
How much you think that's helped your overall racing effort?
Definitely a lot, because if I wouldn't have had it during the wintertime, by the time I would have gotten the late model, I would have had no idea what it was going to feel like or anything. So it's definitely helped out a ton.
And what is the exact name of that program?
It's iRacing.com. It's online, and you just download it, and you can race with people all over the world, oval tracks, road courses, anything.
Boy, that is so cool. We'll have to try that. T, you think we ought to play with that?
Listen to that, Svevin.
You think you probably ready to do it right now, huh?
I don't know. These boys are flying around this track. I believe I'd rather do it like that.
Yeah, that a lot less injury on our side. We're old, see. We can crash and get by with it on that.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, my friend, I appreciate you, number one, taking the time to wait on us through everything to where we could get you on this show. We wanted to do that because you're probably the youngest late model guy that's been here in quite some time.
Yeah, I would say so. But thank you guys for having me on here. It's a pleasure.
Any other people you need to say hi to, sponsors, any of that kind of stuff?
Just my mom, my dad, my Uncle Tim over there. They just wrench on this car all week to get ready for the race, and they're the ones that make it possible. Just everybody else that helps on the car, too.
Well, buddy, I tell you what, you've been really cool on the radio. We appreciate you joining us on Event Radio, and we're going to give you a couple of badges of courage decals that we give to the only way you get those is to be on this show. So we're going to give you a couple of those. And we appreciate you being on Event Radio, and we're going to stab and steer and go see what else trouble we can get into.
Good luck tonight, Preston.
Good luck, buddy. We appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
We'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, we have one of the sure enough young guns, the bad hombres of the legend cars, Mr. Dylan Fecho. Is that right?
Yep, that's right.
I got close, didn't I?
Yeah.
Only because you coached me.
First try.
Yeah, he coached me. Now, let me ask you something. You're supposed to be driving a late model, too, quick, huh?
Yeah, I'm going to be starting driving that next year.
Okay, and how old are you, buddy?
I'm 13.
So you're going to drive a late model at 14 years old?
Yep.
Wow. That ought to be a hit. We just talked to a young man that's 16 that did this, and there is a computer game, something iRacing.com.
Yep.
Do you do that?
No, but I really want to, but it's really expensive to get.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, he seems to think it really helps, you know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It really does, yeah.
You think it would?
Yeah, it's really realistic.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, you're realistic when you get that legend car out there, buddy, because
Yeah.
it ain't your first rodeo. You're a bad boy. Now, what about you guys went to the quarter midget races today?
Yeah, we did.
Have fun down there?
Yeah, we did pretty good.
How'd you do?
We finished first in one class, and then the other one we finished second. And the feature races, they got rained out. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But well, a first and a second is not too shabby.
No, that's not
you
too
know,
shabby.
That's very acceptable. How are we going to do in the legend car?
I don't know. I'm going to hope for a top 3.
Well, I believe you'll get that done. Dad's been over here working so hard, he's sweating like a Are they? Okay, all right. Well, they're wanting you to come race,
Yep.
and we couldn't stand the thought of leaving without having you on here.
Okay.
And we wanted to say hi to you and wish you the best of luck in the legend deal. And a very, very personable young man, guys. If you get a chance to watch him, come watch him. We're out of here, bud.
All right.
See you, man. Boy, I tell you what, T-Bone, this is a wild place. They got lots of people down
Free
here.
watermelon, lots of people. and
Yeah,
some
free
fast
watermelon,
young guns.
fast cars, good-looking girls. Boy,
Was it? I didn't.
yeah, you noticed. Don't give me. You poked me about 14 times going through here.
Ray Charles had seen that one girl.
Yeah, boy, I tell you what, you was back there. You had the second-story view back on the back of the golf cart, checking it out.
I was just watching where you was going.
Yeah, that's right. I was scared anyway.
Boy, I tell you what, the caliber of young racers we got here today, I mean, the future looks good here at Highland Rim.
Oh,
they
listen.
got a fast bunch of kids.
The future
Young
of
men.
racing looks good, period, you know. I mean, these kids are bad. How would you like to have computer work to race all winter long at home from your kitchen table, and it be so realistic that when you got to the racetrack, it was the same stuff?
Well, you know, Bill, that's like a lot of the motorcycle racers. They go to Europe to race. They get the video games of Le Mans, Mugello, and a lot of different tracks, and they know it when they get there instead of have to ride it on the bike. They run through
Well,
the-
but back when we made our little attempt to do this stuff, how would you like to have that at your disposal on a speedway bike, where you could actually? Do you think it would have been anywhere close?
I don't think so on a speedway bike it wouldn't be because you're sliding too much, too inconsistency when you go in, going in the corner. Whereas a road course, I'd say, yeah, it'd be a big advantage.
Really? Well, you know, it's amazing. We
Just
of
learning
course,
the track itself, actually. You know, the
Yeah.
speedway, you just got to make 2 left-hand corners.
yeah, we would have never been smart enough to figure it out
Well,
back
I'm just
then.
now figuring
anyway.
out Facebook.
Yeah, well, you're doing all right. You're doing pretty good. Well, listen, guys, the people. What about the people at Highland
Oh, it
Rim?
make you feel welcome, and all the racers love the sponsors.
Mr. Jerry Quiswell came up and shook our hand, owns Aluminum Racing Products, and he wound up, he's one of the owners of Highland Rim. Such a nice fella. And man, they make you feel at home down
Well, I
here.
seen my old buddy Ken Joyce I used to race with back in the late 60s and early 70s.
Yeah, he's
he
here.
builds the motors for all these legend cars.
Yeah.
Ken
So
Joyce Racing. So if you got something you want fast, give Ken a call.
that's right. He's the man that makes them go quick, huh? Well, I don't know, T. I think we've had a pretty fun day at Highland Rim.
It's been a good one.
And I guess we need to pack up the Griswold wagon and hit I-65 and
Head
north and make sure we know what we're doing and all that stuff. Turn back into the proper citizen. No, that's boring. We can't do that. We've had a lot of fun, guys. We appreciate you joining us. Like always, we can't say enough about the sponsors of our show, Beach Bend Raceway and Splash Lagoon.
Quick fuel and final finish.
And Gearhead Gazette, the #1 coolest magazine on the internet.
Thank you,
if
guys.
you're a car guy. Tell you where all of the car shows are coming from and what all the events are and where they are. The Gearhead Gazette is a must-do on on the internet. We're going to have a bunch of fun riding up the road. At least we'll have the air conditioner running wide open.
Yeah. And everybody listen to this show. I mean, after you listen to it, you're going to check another one out. Like I say, you listen, you like, and come down and check out Highland Rim. It's a first-rate facility for races. The stands are packed. Everybody's friendly. Great food, watermelon. I think we'll stay a while.
I don't know, whatever you think, but you've got the back of the truck full of watermelons.
Oh, well, let's let them see that.
Yeah, okay, all right. Guys, thank you so much for joining us on Event Radio. It's time for us to hit the dusty trail, and we will join you again.
You've been listening to Event Radio, covering local drag racing, stock car racing, motorcycles, go-karts. If it's got wheels and you can race it, you heard about it here. Event Radio is motorsports radio on steroids. Join us next time with your hosts, Spivey Williams and Terrible T Guy.